So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how I build out my LUMIX GH7, everything that I rig to it, and my reasons why. So let's dive right in. So the first thing is the cage itself. Now I have the old version of the smaller cage and the brand new one. The nice thing that I personally like about the new cage itself on the GH7 is gonna be the two side screw points where you can screw on the right and the left side of the camera. So it has three different mounting points of the camera, so the cage won't shift back and forth like the older cages used to do on the GH6. Now the next thing is the lens choice. So my lens of choice I'm putting on the GH7 is gonna be the 10-25 f1.7 lens from LUMIX, which I have an entire video reviewing that lens on my channel. You can check that out right there. The reason I'm gonna be picking this lens is because of how big of a lens it is. It's definitely trying to be more of a cinema rig. You can throw cinema lenses on this camera instead, but personally, if you wanna use the full capabilities and the phase detect autofocus, this is my personal favorite lens for professional shooting, for shooting commercials and different things like that. Now, before I add the XLR2 unit to have the 32-bit float recording capabilities, I'm gonna be using this top handle. Now, the reason that I specifically like using this top handle itself is because I can rotate this handle up and down when need be. The thing that's super nice about it is it's able to fit my XLR2 unit, and you're able to put it up and put it down, which is really, really nice. Now, finally, the XLR2 unit itself. This allows the camera and gives it the full capabilities, being able to record 32-bit float recording internally inside this camera. So throwing that on with the top handle, this camera is basically almost done. The last couple parts I'm going to be adding is for my power and then being able to pull focus when I want to. So for power, I'm going to be adding this V-mount battery plate. The reason I specifically like this V-mount plate is because with the Swiss adapter, I'm able to just slide this onto my cage and be able to just lock it in with no tools whatsoever. Now for the V-mount of choice, a ARRI Cine V-mount battery. Now the thing that I specifically like about the ARRI Cine battery is it does have 2 D taps. It has your USB-C, USB, and DC port. You do get a power indicator, and I believe it's only 120 bucks. So it's a really reasonably priced V-mount battery that has all the pro features that other V-mount batteries have nowadays at an extremely affordable price. Now for power itself, I am going to be using the Condor Blue dummy battery. Now the last thing I'm going to be adding is a follow focus. Personally, I actually really like the old follow focus design versus their new one. The thing that's nice of the new one though is you are able to flip it. So if you want to pull focus going to infinity, you could be pushing this way and then pulling this way when you want to pull it closer. That's how I personally like pulling focus, but when you rig this way, it's the reverse, which is not my favorite. So I'm going to be adding this little adapter right here for 15 mil rods, so I can pit this follow focus so I can pull it in the right direction on top of the camera cage itself. And that's basically it. That's my entire camera cage build and design. Now, if you want to add a monitor, you can add a monitor like this, which is kind of actually pretty nice. Like being able to do this, you can always bring it up so it's a little bit out of the way of things. Lock that in place. It just makes the camera super back heavy. So again, that's the reason I personally don't use a monitor on this setup or this rig. And if you want to see my entire video reviewing the LUMIX GH7, you can check out that video right there. And then YouTube recommends you might like this video right here. Till the next one, guys, peace.